4 badges down. Let's go. 4 to go, of course. I actually did not remember that the music would start again like that. Haven't recorded in a while. I need to look at the team. Etobicoke, Lopunny. Put the amulet coin. Toronto, the Duat. Gonna need to train that guy this episode. York, the Trubbish, currently holding the experience share with kind of an underwhelming moveset. We've got, of course, East York, the Scope Lens, Super Luck, Tranquil. And Scarborough, but with the character limit not quite. Scarborough, the Gothita, still fairly new to the team. And then that Purloin that I caught just to use Cut. Nice light show. And I believe we will be getting a procession here to the end of the catwalk with Elisa and her gym trainers. As the crowd cheers for Black 2. Truly one of the best gyms in the whole series. Shining example of a trainer. Since that's what you are, you should be able to collect all the gym badges and reach the Pokemon League. Then you and your Pokemon will shine even brighter. Alright. Elisa says we're gonna win big. Let's do it. Strength is a part of beauty. Someone tell Lysander. Okay. It's autumn already. I really haven't recorded in a while. I'm actually in danger of falling behind on the uploads for this series, but I'm going to try not to. Fortunately, look at these trees. That's also, of course, the real-life season as I'm recording, so... Colorful leaves outside and colorful leaves in the game. Fortunately, I think this is a relatively quick trip between gyms, although a few things will still happen. This game is really good at having a lot of things happen. Genuinely one of the reasons it's so fondly remembered, but... yeah, I think this will probably be one of the shorter episodes from here, so... not falling behind just yet, I hope. Get the team healed. Elisa definitely put up a good fight. Everybody is nice and healthy now, though. I definitely want to train Toronto the Duat, because that's my ringer for the next gym. And I could use the experience share to try to get my Trubbish and my Gothita caught up as well. And yeah, here's the first of those things that will happen before the next gym. We actually haven't seen Team Plasma in a little while. Well, we saw Colress, but the game hasn't told me that he's in Team Plasma yet. We haven't seen these guys in a while. And Hugh has successfully tracked them down. Hold it! What are you guys up to here anyway? They look at each other like they're not sure. Nothing, we're just standing here. So what do we do to you that you're bothering us with questions? You didn't do anything, not to me at least. But I can never forgive Pokemon thieves like you. Just to let you know, you're about to feel my rage. Is this the first time Hugh has talked about his rage in this game? I don't remember. It's been so long between recording sessions. There might have been an earlier one, but we're going to hear a lot about his rage, I think. And these guys are definitely about to hear about it. Yeesh, trainers are so unruly these days. Is that it? You're mistaking your Pokemon strength for your own? I couldn't care less about a runt like you, but I don't like being messed with. Alright, well these grunts are not in for a fun time. I stole this Pokemon 2 years ago, and I've been training it ever since. It's tough. Let's see. Watchog, Liepard, Trubbish. Let's see what we get. That this guy's been training for 2 years. 2 years and he still hasn't caught a Pokemon of his own. He just has a Trubbish. Okay. Here we go. It's dig time. At some point I taught dig to this guy. I think last episode, because that's when I got the TM. Ooh, doesn't quite one-shot. I guess this Trubbish really showing those 2 years of training. Dodges a Razor Shell. Gets a stockpile. Hang on. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it lightly. Just kidding, I definitely should have. Don't let it go to your head, but you put up a good fight, kid. And I bullied it so much over the last 2 years to toughen it up, too. It's crazy how these guys are just... You know, they were actually... Some of them were actually pretending to be good guys, but... In Black 1, but no pretending anymore. Looks like this guy's up next, and won't show any mercy. Alright. Oh, sorry, this is a woman. My bad. And there's a Watchog. Just need someone to send out a Liepard. Maybe a Sandile, and we complete the Team Plasma starter kit. Big Super Fang. Kind of small Razor Shell, but we got the defense drop. Dodge another Super Fang, which wouldn't have KO'd anyway, because of course it does guaranteed half of what's remaining. And thanks to the defense drop, the second Water Spout, Water Shell, Razor Shell gets the KO. If we keep going like this, it'll end up like it did 2 years ago. Yeah, I think so. He was beating his opponents. We give up. I can't believe we lost to 2 kids. Just because you're strong, I'll tell you this. We, Team Plasma, are searching for something. When we find it, that's when our secret weapon will be able to use its true power. Farewell! It's a funny line to run away on for these guys. Farewell! Say the cackling villains as they bolt in defeat. They, of course, were talking about the DNA splicers. That's what they're looking for, but that won't be for a while. 5 years ago, Team Plasma stole my little sister's purloin. It had been given to her as a present. I was only a little kid. I couldn't do anything. So that's why I have to get stronger. Good work. I knew you had good instincts. Well then. Heals my Pokemon, saves me a trip down to the Pokemon Center. Very nice. Fill up that Pokedex, keep getting stronger and stronger, and back me up. I'll be counting on you from here on out, too. I'll be honest, that music that was playing just now, classic bit of Pokemon music. Misremembered what generation it was from and used it in a Kalos video recently. Oh well. Trainer from Aspertia City challenged and successfully beat Elisa, the Nimbus's gym leader. And Clay's next. There are performers gathering on Route 5. Whoa, exciting. I wonder if the news on the bulletin board is just someone's mutterings. It feels like it sometimes. Alright, once again, actually there are a couple of things going on here. There are performers gathering. There's somebody else gathered too that we'll have to deal with soon. But before all that, it's Bianca. Hey! Yeah, so for a small kind of compressed route, obviously the Driftveil drawbridge is long, but it's just a big bridge. There's not a lot going on there. For this small little route between cities, once again, Game Freak have really packed in some stuff that'll happen. And it starts with this. Nice timing. I was wanting to give you this. Okay, she gave me Fly. That's where I get that in this game, I guess. Ta-da! It's a hidden machine, Fly. When you use this move outside of battle, you can go to places you want to go, like a Pokemon Center. By the way, Black 2, do you know about hidden grottos? No, what's a hidden grotto? Okay, then I'll explain. Sometimes you can find a grotto among trees where Pokemon like to hide. That place is called a hidden grotto. Makes sense, right? Yeah. Whoa! Her hidden grotto sense just went off. Wait! ... Over there! I heard something from that direction. I have good ears. Hey, come with me! There are wild Pokemon all over this route. I like how they sell this as like... You know, she could have heard a Pokemon in the grass, but no. Only a Pokemon in a hidden grotto could have made that sound. And it's coming from somewhere around here. It's silly, but hey. Here we go. Here it is, our introduction to hidden grottos. There's a gap, and it looks like we can fit through. Come on, let's go have a look. Hidden grottos are a nice touch. Little secret spot that's easy to hide on a bunch of routes all over this game. Kind of calls back to secret bases in the trees in Generation 3. And with hidden abilities being brand new in this generation and not nearly as easy to get as they are in later generations, this is one of the ways that you can get, one of the few ways that you can get a hidden ability Pokemon in this game. The wild Pokemon in the hidden grotto, like this Minchino here, have their hidden abilities. Hidden abilities and hidden grottos. Makes sense, right? Hey, a Pokemon. A Pokemon that hides in a place like this might be pretty amazing. Amazing! This is a huge discovery, an incredible find. I'll go check out a lot of other trees to see if there are more hidden grottos. So she presented it at first like she was telling us about something we didn't know yet, but apparently she only just found out about them too, and was excitedly showing them off to us. That's neat. And there we go. Kind of a neat little integration of hidden abilities into the game as well. Really solid for the sense of adventure in this game too, right? You can push a little further into hidden nooks and crannies of the wild Pokemon environment that humans have not really properly found before. And as you dig deeper into what's out there, off the beaten path, you get interesting Pokemon, unlike those you can find out in the grass. It's a little bit contrived, but somehow it works really well. You know, there's a feeling that we're exploring beyond where we've ever explored before, and so we're finding different and interesting things. Like this Minccino with its hidden ability skill link, which I'll make an attempt to catch. Why not? This is always a Minccino when Bianca leads you here, so this encounter is guaranteed. There's some randomness in what you might find in hidden grottos the rest of the way. Sometimes there's a wild Pokemon, sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there's some mulch. I don't remember what that's for. Probably like growing berries or something. I don't know how hard I'll look for hidden grottos the rest of the way in this playthrough, but see skill link, so it's guaranteed all the hits. I'll check them out if I see them. Okay, locks me into Psybeam. That's absolutely fine. This Minccino will not be part of the team. Minccino is a very cute Pokemon that does not fit the theme of this playthrough. But I might as well take a shot at catching it anyway. There we go. If I were using different criteria to choose my team, Skill Link Minccino, Chinchino once I get a Shiny Stone, would be pretty strong the rest of the way. With that double slap or tail slap. I think Chinchino gets some other multi-hit moves, maybe from the move relearner. Minccino greet each other by grooming one another thoroughly with their tails, and now it can go live in the box. Is that cozier than a hidden grotto? I don't know, but there we go. Look at those trees swaying. Leaves falling. We are in deep off the path now, deep wilderness. But it's time to press on. I guess Bianca just left. Fair enough. She made an amazing discovery. She has to go work on that now. I can teach Fly to my Tranquil. I think I should. East York currently knows Air Cutter, Growl, Roost, and Quick Attack. I kind of think I might as well keep Air Cutter because it's a flying type attack that only takes one turn to execute. It also has a booster crit rate. I guess there's a niche in there, so I'll drop Growl. What am I doing with Growl at this point? And now, I like to do the grassy area first before I go to the main path. Let's throw down a Repel. Surely I can buy Super Repels by now. I should really keep that in mind. And this guy's not one of the performers on the main path, but he's an artist, I guess, out exploring nature, getting some inspiration. Art is explosions, life forces colliding together. I like the way he thinks. I like his Pokemon. Sigilyph, very cool Mon. Pretty scary for this point in the game. Hopefully Toronto the Duat is up to the task. Also, Sigilyph, very colorful, vibrant Pokemon. Really fits his art is explosions mindset. Solid choice here. I don't think that defense drop matters, but you do get a nice Razor Shell 2-hit KO. I went first this turn. Maybe the Sigilyph went for Whirlwind. That's some good experience. Artist Horton is defeated. He just got whitewashed, as he said. Boom! Colors collide to form new colors. Yeah, Sigilyph is such a perfect Pokemon for that guy just because of how bold and vibrant it looks. Got a Super Repel. Let's see if I can remember how to move it up in my bag. So it's right there when I buy more. Well, not with that button. Probably with this button, no? I don't remember how to move this up in the... Oh, I got there. Okay. Don't know if a repel will be enough for this dark grass, but let's see. We got a ranger here. I could feel it in the air. This battle will be electrifying. What an exciting little route. We are right next to the entertainment capital of Unova, so I guess it fits. Badu. Not a very strong mon, but actually kind of hard for Toronto to deal with. I think I might make a switch. I could switch out to York and get some extra experience on this mon. I guess I also could have gone Scarborough and Psybeamed it. I don't know, it's hard to train both of these relatively new, relatively raw project Pokemon at the same time, so it's okay. The para shouldn't matter too much, let's just throw off a Sludge. That doesn't actually do a lot, but maybe it's a 3-hit KO. The Badu is not exactly doing much back with Worry Seed and Water Sport. It might be a roll. Okay, Mega Drain will probably take it out of range anyway, but it's fine. It really doesn't do much damage. The Badu is really not a threat here. I could have set up Toxic Spikes actually while I had all those free turns. If her next Pokemon isn't a Poison type, that might have been a little bit useful. Oh wait, well, I still can actually, thanks to a full para. Let's do it. Because this is the only damaging move this Badu has, and it's really not doing much. We got 2 layers of Toxic Spikes. Now let's go back to Sludge. Despite all the Mega Drain recovery, it does still KO. York gets most of the experience from that. Toronto gets a little bit. She did still have a Poison type afterward. Oh well, I'll switch to Acid Spray for this, because that might be a little bit faster. Oh, it is Leech Seed. Okay. I'll use 1 Acid Spray, and then I'll switch out to East York. It's fine. Nice crit. Roselia looks pretty good in this game. That's a good sprite. There are a lot of good sprites in this game. I guess that's part of the reason they got so much backlash for the switch to 3D the next generation, where a lot of the models are, if we're being honest, somewhat less interesting than a lot of these sprites. Like the animation where it lifts up the rose too. Air Cutter because I lowered its special defense already, and also I avoid Poison Point with that. York levels up. I don't know how much longer I'll keep the experience share on York before switching it to Scarborough, but we'll just kind of play that by ear, I guess. We get a Cherry Berry. I could cure the para on York with that right now, but I don't really think I'm bothered about that right now. No Gate Attendant. Interesting. Or Bridge Attendant. But of course it's because of this situation right here. Let's not get involved in that yet. Let's battle some performers. Hum fiercely my battle songs. Battle fiercely my Pokemon. That was definitely not the right rhythm for that. For those 4 sentences there, but oh well. Another grass type. I could try just Fury Cutter into this, or I could switch. Let's switch to York again. Toronto gets some experience anyway. It's fine. This is this guy's only Pokemon. Yeah, Needle Arm would do a bunch to Toronto. Only does a little bit to York. York is getting weakened though, for sure. And I think Needle Arm has a chance to flinch. Let's see if York can clutch this. Synthesis, okay. That's a free attack, but it also probably takes it out of range. We do get the poison this time. What do they go for now? Needle Arm. I think it KOs, but it might not. Oh, we survive on 1. Ah, full para though. York, you almost clutched it. You were so close, my friend. Let's try this. Because I don't want to spread the experience out too much more. Okay, we bring this in on a synthesis. Maybe I could have gotten a sludge KO with poison damage there. But it was so risky. We'll try the Fury Cutter now. York, my friend, you almost had this. But with Maractus pressured by the poison damage, going for synthesis again, we will get to stack some Fury Cutter power now. So in a way, York still contributed significantly to this one. Needle Arm into Toronto does, yeah, a lot of damage actually. But the Fury Cutter closes this one out. Maybe I should have cured that para on York. That would have done it. Oh well. In battling you, it came to understand, you're the best. Here, this is for you. And they gave me an electric guitar prop for musicals. Nice. If you want your Pokemon to hold this electric guitar, go to the musical theater. Cooler than cool. I'm sure it is. Okay. Who are you? You're not a trainer. But what's your deal? In hot summer, I want to cool down with water-type Pokemon. On the other hand, in cold winter, I want to warm up with fire-type Pokemon. Wonder what kind of Pokemon you have right now in fall. The in-between season. That, at least in my area, in real life, tends to swing back and forth between very warm and very cold. Or at least it's been doing that this year. This is a trainer. These Pokemon usually help me bake. Today they'll help me battle you. Alright, let's go. Baker Gen. Everybody's got grass types out here. How am I supposed to train my Duat before the ground gym? Game Freak, what are you doing to me? Well, let's see if I can get the Fury Cutter going. That's not a good start. Sunkern is such a weak Pokemon, I figured it was worth a shot. In fact, I think it's worth another shot, although a Razor Leaf crit would make me sad right now. Or that. This will also make me sad, I think. Man. How am I supposed to train my Duat for the ground gym when everybody here is spamming grass types? Well, we'll see what happens. Let's use Fly for the first time. And then, well, let's get out of this battle first. Sunkern and Combi are adorable baking assistants. I will give her that. I get on well with my Pokemon and we bake bread together. It's so much fun. I don't mind getting up early every day. What a wholesome NPC. It's time to go back to Nimbasa City and heal, but since I'm flying around anyway, I'm going to take a detour, actually, all the way back home to Aspertia City, so I can see what the lookout spot looks like in fall. I bet it's very pretty. Now that I fly, we might do this for winter as well when we get there. We'll see. Oh, also when I get Surf, I can come back and check this out. Maybe I should have waited for that, but I forgot about it. The city already looks very nice in fall with all these trees around and everything. And the lookout spot... Perfect. My favorite season of the year in real life. And okay, I'm sure there are much prettier fall scenes in video games than this, but for the game that this is, solid aesthetic, still love the lookout spot. Now we can fly back to Nimbasa City, heal the team, and head back to Route 5. Maybe make it across the Driftveil drawbridge this time. Off we go. Still some performers to battle. I saw a dancer. I haven't battled him yet. A Pokemon you are proud of wins with your favorite move. That's when a trainer definitely smiles. Yep. Really skilled trainers should win with their favorites. I'm half kidding, but what a needlessly polarizing quote. It just expresses one way to play and have fun with this game. It's not strictly right or wrong. But people get so argumentative about it for no reason. Regardless, though, of your stance on the Karen quote, absolutely, your favorite Pokemon winning with your favorite move, when and where it does happen, pretty incredible. Been almost a year since I took my favorite starter to a VGC regional, and, you know, I didn't make day 2, but I won more sets than I lost. Got to blast through an Archaldon with Stellar Terra Blast in one of the rounds. Pretty solid tournament experience overall. Next Toronto regional coming up, who knows what'll happen. Anyway, hi, I am a humble maid. My master has a big heart to match his big belly. He's a gourmet! So I'm looking for ingredients that will make his heart jump for joy. Sniff, 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 sniff. Oh, that aroma, it smells so gourmet. Do you have a wonderful ingredient in your bag? Would you consider selling it to me? I'm guessing I have a mushroom or something. I do have a tiny mushroom. Do I have a big mushroom? Does he like to eat stardust or nuggets? Okay, tiny mushroom it is. I assume that's what she's after. Oh, it smells so good. That tiny mushroom of yours is a very rare ingredient indeed. Would you take 500 bucks for it? 500? For a very rare gourmet ingredient? I feel like I just got ripped off. But she says, merci, thank you, all excited. With this, you can create a superb menu, and her master will be so surprised. And I only get 500 for that? Okay. Well, see if I ever come back. I have another tiny mushroom, but I'm not selling it to you. Now I've gone down here looking for items, but I think I just got a call from Yancey. Sure enough. Hi, is this black too? ... Wow, so you're a boy black too? It's a little annoying that we can't see each other, right? Just so you know, I'm a girl. Teehee. ... Oops, my colleague is calling me. I have to get back to work. Talk to you again. Goodbye. Alright, great phone call. I don't know how many more times we'll hear from her. This spot specifically is a hard one to miss, unless you don't want that Hyper Potion for some reason. But, of course, she calls you in very specific spots all over the region. I don't know how many others I'll happen to land on. I'm not seeking them out intentionally, I don't think. Maybe I will later. Probably not. Turn around, and it's my turn. Turn around, it's your turn. Don't know what rhythm was intended for that, but... Here's a Dancer with a Scraggy, finally not a Grass type. Razor Shell. Good damage. No drop needed. Duat is taking a lot of damage back from some of these opponents at this point. Hopefully we'll be ready for the gym. Clay's Excadrill is a real problem. I don't have anything else good for it. Actually, I have Lopunny with ground and fighting coverage, so that's something. My Pokemon just love participating in musicals. They are masters of dance. Makes sense, right? That the route would fill up with performers right by Nimbasa City, because these people probably perform there sometimes. The drawbridge goes up when a ship needs to pass, then the Pokemon that are resting on the bridge fly away all at once. The flock of Ducklet. That's a nice image. And now here's Charles the Heartbreaker. You might remember him from Black 1 in Driftveil City, but now he's over here causing a scene. Actually, I have double battle to do first. Let's get East York in the second slot. Etobicoke is a few levels ahead. After watching a football game, we went to get rowdy ourselves. Okay. Knowing what a truly heated battle is all about is the key to truly passionate cheering. Sure. Backers Ava and Aya? Sure. They got 2 Minccino? Sure. Good mons for cheering, I guess. Let's get that spread air cutter along with a Razor Shell into just the default target. Because what difference does it make here? We get Cute Charmed, but we one-shot it, so it doesn't matter. I could have just gone for Fly because the Razor Shell one-shots anyway. So the spread damage is of no benefit. Too bad that air cutter didn't crit. Swift back does not very much damage. Duat is not taking much damage from this one. Just Razor Shell and air cutter again. My Pokemon must be speed tying. This time East York goes first and gets the KO. 1 KO each for my Mons. Save 1 power point on Razor Shell. Doubt it'll matter much with Charles being the only opponent left here, but we'll see. And yeah, they both have 45 speed right now. How about that? Now, keeping track of wins and losses is important, but don't lose sight of everything else as a result. A fan needs to be 100% serious about both battles and cheering. Now, Charles did a rotation battle on Black 1. I don't remember whether he also does one in Black 2. Since it's a rotation battle instead of a triple battle, it doesn't matter that much what Pokemon I send out, because only one of them will actually battle at a time, but maybe I want to have some options to swap around. I think I'm going to go, because I have the experience share on York, I think I'm going to go Toronto, East York, and Scarborough. Those 3 could all use some experience. And then York will get some as well. If it's a triple battle, and I don't remember for sure whether it is. Can I talk to these people first? Looking at this kind of battle makes me curious about the Pokemon World Tournament. I hear it will be held in Driftveil City. Don't know if that means he's doing an unusual battle style, or just like, these are interesting, exciting battles. Rotation battle not confirmed yet. There are a lot of Pokemon, so I like this. That sounds like a rotation battle. There's so many different Pokemon, it's difficult to decide which ones to battle with. For all I know, maybe he does a triple battle so that black players can finally see one of those. I don't know. The trainer called Charles is quite tough to beat. If you have 4 gym badges, you might be a match for him. Triple battle and rotation battle, there are various styles of Pokemon battle. Well, he's certainly doing one of them. Where is the gate attendant, by the way? I thought maybe over here watching the scene that's being made, but no sign of her. Hello, what's up? You have 4 gym badges, you might be able to defeat Charles. Please beat him for me. Charles is out here taking down ace trainers. He's a menace. Because it's a battle, one person has to win and one person has to lose. I wish my boyfriend could just enjoy the battle and not worry about losing. Sometimes it gets too serious. Somebody please take down Charles. He's a menace. He's steamrolling all the competition. There seems to be a lot to think about, but it looks really fun. Battling with 3 Pokemon. That itself makes me very excited. Well, I'm making fun of Charles for causing a scene, but it seems like people are enjoying it. Let's give them a show, shall we? I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. I wanted to get the attention of a girl I like, so I mastered a new style of Pokemon battling called Rotation Battle. Want to learn more about it? Yes. In Rotation Battles, you send out 3 Pokemon at a time in battle. 1 Pokemon takes the lead position, the other 2 stand on each side. The trick is, each turn you can change their positions. And that's a rough explanation of Rotation Battles. It's not a great explanation, is it? But they're pretty simple. I mean, there's some tough decision-making that goes into them, but they're pretty simple to understand. I don't know where that... You see that backpacker furthest back by the tree line? Where did his eyes go? Some weirdness with the sprite there, I guess, at that angle. His eyes have disappeared. Anyway, I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. Hey, if you're a trainer, how about a rotation battle? Let's go. You've got a good attitude, don't you? I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. I'm always at full throttle. Exactly the same guy that he was 2 years ago in Black 1. Hasn't changed a bit. He's just crossed the bridge to do his exact same shtick over here. And it is still a rotation battle. I believe in White 2 it would be a triple battle. Sigilyph, Arcan, and Tirtuga. What a team for, like, some dude. Well, excuse me, he's a heartbreaker. His name is Charles. I shouldn't just call him some dude, but... Where did he get these fossil Pokemon? He must have had a desert adventure that we never see. Anyway, let's Razor Shell. None of these resist that. Good, timely defense drop. Crunchback does some damage. I was a little afraid he'd rotate the Sigilyph back in and it would outspeed, but no, he lets Tortuga go down. The defense drop coming in clutch once again. Now Arcan defaults to the lead spot here. No switch, or no rotation, so it just takes the Razor Shell and gets one shot. And all that's left is to beat the Sigilyph. York can learn Sludge Bomb. I think that's my cue to give the experience share to Scarborough after this battle. I'll drop Sludge for it. And I'm worried about Sigilyph outspeeding and knocking out low HP Toronto, so I'll rotate East York in here and go for Fly. Sigilyph actually just used Light Screen. I could have landed a big Razor Shell, but I didn't know. Doesn't matter, Light Screen does not mitigate Fly damage, of course. Good time to finally get a strong physical stab. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but we can... Oh, I think I just used Air Cutter by mistake. It's like when... Yeah, it's like when you cancel your Terra in Gen 9. Another fly would have been great there, because we do big damage, and then I could go for quick attack after that, which I think I'll still do here. But yeah, because I rotated East York in last turn, even though I used fly, for this turn it defaulted to the move in the first slot, which is Air Cutter. That's really awkward. I'm probably going to get got by that more than once, assuming there are more rotation battles to play here. But hey, Super Luck, Scope Lens, Timely Quick Attack Crit. We take out the Sigilif anyway, not a single Pokemon lost. Lots of experience to go around. This guy's a heartbreaker. His name is Charles. Sheesh, that's embarrassing. Getting schooled when I was planning to teach. Still, you have potential. You have to understand your Pokemon to win a rotation battle. I'm a heartbreaker. My name, Charles. That's like the 5th or 6th time he said that. Exactly the same guy he was 2 years ago. Riding a bike and becoming the wind fits a bad boy like me. He must have fun just zooming across the Driftveil drawbridge then. No wonder he came over here. You were great. Charles, too. He was great to some extent, I guess. Hey! Good, good, good. Yeah, 3 Pokemon. Hey, don't be rude to Charles. That guy's a legend. Alright. Let's take the experience share away from York. Is there another item that I want to give to York? I don't remember what I have. Could have a poison barb for all I know. Or a quick claw. The quick claw will do. York is not very fast. Now let's give the experience share to Scarborough. The level 21 Gothita, at least 5 levels behind everyone else on the team. But we'll work on that. Still no attendant, but I guess it's okay. Don't need the drawbridge lowered this game. It's already down. Let's cross. What happened to the attendant? What did Charles do? Sometimes above the bridge you can see the shadows of bird Pokemon, right? Their feathers drift to the ground here, and when you try to pick them up, occasionally you'll run into a Pokemon. Yeah, I used one of those Pokemon on my team all the way through Black 1 in this series. This is where I got a key member of that team. However, Swanna is not the final Pokemon for this team. It had its time already. Driftveil City is famous for this drawbridge, the PWT, and of course, the Heartbreaker Charles. Of course. Of course, the only one of those 3 things that we didn't see in Black 1 is the PWT. So that'll be interesting when we get there, won't it? The Driftveil Drawbridge. It's also known as the Charizard Bridge, because the raised drawbridge looks like the Pokemon called Charizard. But I've never seen Charizard, so I don't know. I think I've heard that you can sometimes hear Charizards cry on this bridge. Is that true? I don't know. Nice little Easter egg if it is true. Maybe I'll look that one up. Bridges connect different lands. Trading and battling with Pokemon can connect different people. I guess that means Pokemon are a kind of bridge as well. How about that? One of the great themes of the Pokemon series. That battling can be a bridge for people to build connections and understanding with each other. I just played through Legends ZA. It came out recently. That's a big part of the story of that game. It's a big part of the story of most Pokemon games, if not all. Tying in here with there being, of course, these prominent bridges all over the Unova region, everything fits together into one complex, beautiful puzzle. So how about this city's pride and joy, the drawbridge? We also call it the Charizard Bridge due to its elegant form. This area is spruced up a little bit. This looks very different, this piece of art here. As the city is, of course, experiencing something of a boom. We'll see more of that soon. So we head across this little bridge right here, and oh look, it's Team Plasma, both versions. I believe this is the first appearance of the old knight-looking Team Plasma in this game. Come on, let's have fun stealing Pokemon together like we did before. I can't. I've learned the hard way that stealing from others is wrong. Oh, come on, it's too late to start acting all goody two-shoes now. Shove. People don't understand our just cause. Don't they call you a villain who is plotting world domination? Well, yeah. Even though you quit Team Plasma, people are still really cold to you, right? So you might as well just come steal Pokemon with us and take over the world. The people who are mean to you now will be groveling at your feet and saying how great you are. I can't. My Lord N will be sad. I can't do that to him. N. Team Plasma's king. What a joke. He's nothing more than a traitor. He disappeared somewhere and abandoned us when we needed him. Hey! And who else? Shove. This guy's giving out shoves. He's receiving shoves. Wherever Team Plasma is, Hugh's gonna show up and shove back. Start talking, you Team Plasma trash. Ow. You're gonna pay for that. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I'm not supposed to cause any trouble. I'll get you next time. Farewell. You're not getting away. And Hugh's gone. I'm okay. We were friends when we were both in Team Plasma. But 2 years ago, Team Plasma split into a group that follows Lord N, who just wants to save Pokemon, and a group that follows Getsis, who plans to take over the world. You can hear the rest of the story in our house. It's on that little hill next to the Pokemon Gym. So there might be a little bit more. First of all, and Game Freak really tried to double down on the best story that they told up to this point, huh? Because there are a lot of similarities in the themes between the Unova games and the Kalos games, which is something I have on my mind now that I'm playing ZA, or I have just played through ZA. Right, because X-Team Plasma trying to get by in a healthier way in a world that is suspicious and resentful toward them. Very like Grisham and Grizel in ZA. I don't think they're going to explore the themes quite as well in this game as in that one, but of course it is an early stab at it, and I think they'll still do a pretty good job. But also, maybe more layers to Team Plasma and X-Team Plasma to keep an eye on than I've even said. I mentioned how you can kind of see the seeds of the division in Black and White 1, because some Team Plasma grunts talk like true believers in the professed cause, and some of them talk like they're really just criminals who are able to do what they want with impunity under this banner, and they like that. And then there's a clearer split in this game. But there are a couple other things that could be at play, right? These two, maybe they have very different personalities, but we're told they were friends before. Maybe they weren't so different back in the day. And there's some other justifications for the split brought up here. Some are still loyal to N. Some see N as having abandoned them. Some are trying to move on and redeem themselves in a healthy way. Some either think redemption can't be done, or they have no patience for it, and so they figure they might as well double down on being the criminals that society thinks they are. There's a lot there. Obviously, we're inclined to like one side and not like the other. But I'll be keeping an eye out for how these things are explored the rest of the way now that X-Team Plasma has entered the story. And look at Driftveil City. So much bigger and shinier than it was last time we saw it. I walked into the market completely by accident. We'll go back to that soon. Let's go to the Pokemon Center first. That was a weird little blunder, walking into the market by accident. Heal the team. I am worried about the gym because there's not a lot more to do before then. I can get an early start on Route 6 if I want. I was kind of hoping not to. But we'll see if I have enough to avoid that. Hotels now line Driftveil. I guess Driftveil's heartbreaker Charles isn't the big attraction now. Of course, you can call it gentrification to an extent, but Driftveil was a very sort of industrial port city when last we were here, and now it has a major global attraction, the PWT, drawing in elite trainers from all over the world. And so you would need hotels. You would need to put some shine on the place. It's funded, of course, by Clay, having a lot of success in his mining business recently, making some real breakthroughs underground. Have I tried this kind of Pokeball? A luxury ball. I don't think I have in this playthrough. Pokemon are very friendly, and the reason is, ta-da, because I caught them with luxury balls. Too bad I didn't have those available to catch a Baniri, although evolved it pretty quickly anyway. I get a medal. Super effective Savant, I guess means I've been good at using super effective moves. Go figure, I know the type chart after all these years. And yeah, very different look at Driftveil City. Not so gritty and industrial now, but you can still see those roots underneath all the brilliant green shine. Whoa, dude, if a Pokemon uses the move Surf, it can catch a wave. On the other side of the ocean and all over the world, there sure are a lot of different Pokemon. What is this building? This really stands out. Oh, of course, it's a hotel. We were told there are hotels all over. This one is the Driftveil Continental Hotel. And it's sold out. I can feel free to relax in the lobby, but yeah, people are flocking to this place. My guilty pleasure is the newest films from Pokestar Studios. I'll have to make some more for him later. Driftveil's gone and changed so much, I thought I'd been hornswoggled. By the way, what an episode to be doing right after Legends ZA. We got X-Team Plasma kind of doing an earlier version of Grisham and Grizel's arc. We got a city going through rapid changes such that people who've been here a long time or were here some time ago feel like they've been hornswoggled when they come back. What a time to be hitting the exact part of this game that starts to touch on some of the same topics and themes explored in ZA. We got green gems all over this city now because Clay has been mining up a storm. I'm going to watch the Pokemon World Tournament. Huh? The Pokemon World Tournament is in the southernmost part of town? Relatively long walk from this hotel, huh? But that has not stopped the hotel from selling out. The city is booming. A terrific trainer. Let me share a training tip with you. During a battle with a trainer, even if your Pokemon's items are taken away, don't worry. They will be returned to you safely after the battle. But disposable items seem to disappear. Uh-oh. Better be careful with disposable items. I don't remember what generation they made the change that you do get to keep those after they're used up in an in-game battle. But because I don't remember what generation it is, I just treat every generation like that is not the case, even though I know it is in some of them. So I just don't use disposable items in a playthrough. Heck of a choice here, as I can go to the 23rd floor or the 25th floor, but those are the only ones. That is a big hotel. Sold out in this absolutely booming city. The Scraggy is living life here. Garks. In this pretty nice hotel room. Oh, by the way, was your mother working in a Pokemon Center as a receptionist? You look very similar to her. What? How do you spot that immediately? Oh, hey, I saw your mother in a Pokemon Center at some point. I saw this woman in a Pokemon Center at some point, and from your appearance, she must have been your mother. That's weird. You're weird. Okay, these floors are pretty small, so 25 floors, I guess, could sell out a little more easily if there are only like 2 rooms on each of them. This might even be one combined room. There are no doors, and these look like kids. When things change, I prefer the way it was, and when things don't change, I get bored. I have a twisted mind. Classic Pokemon fan right there. Whatever happens, you'll find a way to complain. The Pokemon next door, I feel like it's intimidating me. Okay, I guess these are 2 rooms. And this Scraggy is such a menace. Oh, look at that. It is staring him down through the wall. Garks. Very scary. Oh, it turned around. It is absolutely just intimidating this kid. And it's working. Poor guy. Garks. 25th floor. Ooh. Different setup here. Fancy penthouse situation. Look at that bed. Trainer. If my Pokemon was with me, I would have challenged you to a battle. Instead, please accept this. A big root. Okay. It is a big root. Have a Pokemon hold this and it absorbs more HP from the target. This is a perfect item for my Pokemon's signature move. Giga Drain? I like the implication. I have no idea who this guy is, right? He's just some veteran. Probably can't ever battle him. But I like the implication that he's a pretty serious trainer, probably drawn in by the World Tournament. This guy, he's in this, he's on the top floor of this hotel. He's ready to battle anyone who shows up. It feels like this guy could be a big deal in whatever his home region is and whatever story he's from that we never see. This guy's the main character of something. The main character of a story never told. Nice touch having him here. Anyway, maybe we'll find some more hotels outside with some more implied to be interesting off-screen trainers in them. So much life in this region all the way through. I mean, Driftveil City, that's kind of the point right now. The city is going through a boom, unlike what we saw. How are there 25 floors in this hotel? Whatever, suspend disbelief. But there's so much life all through this region, and Driftveil City looking like this now is a great example. A Pokemon of Thunder and a Pokemon of Wind were roaming everywhere and causing trouble. Then they were punished by a Pokemon of the Soil. I like that story. Me too. Too bad I can't catch those Pokemon in this game. None of them appear in the wild. In Black and White too. I've got another hotel right here. The Master Move Tutor, obsessed with red shards. Let's see what moves he's got. Covet. I have 11 red shards. I could teach something. Covet, Bug Bite, Drill Run, Bounce, Signal Beam. Signal Beam is the weirdest Dexited move. I don't know why it's not in recent games. It has so much value as like a niche mid-power special bug type attack that a lot of non-bug types get. It's of all the Dexited moves in later gens, I think Signal Beam is the one I miss most. And here it is right now. I wonder whether my Gothita can learn it. Iron Head, Super Fang, Uproar, Seed Bomb. That's pretty good. Dual Chop, Low Kick, Gunk Shot, Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch. There's some good options here. Okay, I have what Pokemon do I have? I have a Duat. I don't know if that can learn Ice Punch. Maybe. I can probably learn Dual Chop, but I don't know if that's really useful. Maybe I can learn Drill Run, but I already have Dig. Might as well save the shards. I have a Tranquil. Don't think that gets much of anything from this guy. I'm not sure it gets anything at all from this guy, actually. I have a Trubbish. I have a Gothita. I do kind of wonder whether that can learn Signal Beam, because it would give me something to hit other Psychic types and Dark types. I have a Lopunny, which can probably learn a Punch, if I want. Maybe even learn Seed Bomb. So I've got some options here. Gothita can learn Signal Beam. I'll think about it. Probably come back to this guy later. Hey trainer, the move I recommend for you is none other than Low Kick. The heavier target, the more damage Low Kick does. It's a fighting type move, so it works well against rock and steel type Pokemon, which are often heavy. Thanks, bro. Welcome to the Driftveil Chateau Hotel. We're currently all booked up, but feel free to enjoy the ambiance. Another fancy name, another absolutely sold out hotel. I can go to the 11th floor or the 25th floor this time. The 11th floor actually looks just like the 25th floor of that other hotel, so perhaps we're a little bit more upscale here. We are also a little bit closer. Actually, no, I'm not sure we are any closer to the PWT. We're still pretty far north. Sometimes you can learn about Pokemon moves and items on TV programs. Oh, I know. I've been watching some TV. Queek, queek. You might be able to learn something if you check out battles between people who are stronger than you, like at the PWT. Some Pokemon evolve by trade. Cool, right? Why do they evolve? Good question. I know the closest thing we get to an explanation in the games is electrical stimulation, but that's still pretty mysterious, isn't it? And on the 25th floor, we got an old gentleman here. I'll give this to you. I'll give you the item Air Balloon. With trainers being drawn in from all over the world, makes sense they're giving out all these interesting held items. This guy's a balloon man. Also definitely the protagonist of a story will never be told. Yes. Yeah. City is just itching for battles. Balloon, balloon, balloon! Cross transceiver minigames. My elegant hobby is minigames on the cross transceiver. Cool. My elegant hobby is becoming the Pokemon League champion and saving the world from Team Plasma. I guess that's two elegant hobbies. This guy's a heartbreaker. His name is Charles. He wanted to get the attention of a girl he likes, so he learned a new style of Pokemon battling. It's named Triple Battle. Wait, I can do triple battles too? Oh man, getting someone's attention is really hard. I just want to check the order of my Pokemon. I didn't know, I actually did not, I do not think I knew that Charles would also offer triple battles. I'm down. Three Pokemon at a time, make them faint. Better explanation than the rotation battle explanation was. I did not know. I feel like I must have found this in my first playthrough, but who knows, that's a long time ago. I don't think I knew that Charles does both triple and rotation battles in this game. Anyway, Sigilif is still the Pokemon I'm most afraid of. Actually, I'm just going to attack everything directly in front of me this turn, because I know I can one-shot Arkin. Might as well hit Fly into the Sigilif, and maybe I can one-shot the Tortuga with the Jump Kick. Wide Guard, that's fine. I did not go for Air Cutter. Into two Rock types. Jump Kick connects. Ooh, not a one-shot at all, but it looks like a two-shot. Light Screen, that's fine. I'm using physical attacks. A lot of flying type moves can hit the far target in a triple battle. I didn't actually know that Pluck was one of them, but there we go. Arkin gets to land that one hit before it drops. Should be able to beat the Tortuga now as long as Jump Kick connects. And we get a Razor Shell into the Sigilif, hopefully. There goes Tortuga. It's just the Sigilif left. Scarborough starting to benefit from that experience share. Big side beam into Etobicoke, but not big enough. It does get the confusion, actually. But here comes the Fly. And that actually just one-shots with a crit. Perfect. Each of my Pokemon took out the one directly across from it. You love to see it. What a strong team. I'm still afraid of Clay, but we'll see what happens. Charles is defeated once again. And she's embarrassed once again. But he's doing a good job of promoting the World Tournament. I can do rotation battles there. I can do triple battles there. Whatever I feel like. The Elite Four of the Pokemon League are extremely tough. I hear you can't battle them unless you have 8 gym badges. I'm working on it. The Driftveil market is still here, still going strong. Looks about the same as before, even as the city has been drastically transformed around it. Some of the old culture is still hanging on. Somewhere there's a laid-back town where people value the year's seasons. I heard we've imported a lot of goods from that town. I cannot think of what town that is. Is that where I'm from? Is it Aspertius? No. Probably not, because that's a city. Not a town. What town is she talking about? I can't place it. Oh well. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all sold out. That Charles guy bought everything I had. Oh, we met the girl he likes. He's her best customer, no doubt. Did that also happen in Black 1? I think it might have, but then I forgot. I'm not satisfied. I'm going to look at the town map. A laid-back town where people care about the seasons. Wakashi Town is near the ranch. They do agriculture out there. Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe it'll come to me later. We've got X Team Plasma at the market. I used to be part of Team Plasma. I have various kinds of incense. Welcome, may I help you? I don't know that being a former member of Team Plasma is all that relevant to what you're doing here. I'm not sure you need to greet all your customers with, I used to be part of Team Plasma. That kind of seems like it's bad for business, as does wearing the uniform. But I know X Team Plasma are serious about trying to live up to N's ideals. And so the uniform stays, so fair enough, I guess. Doing things the hard way, but the way they believe on their principles is valid. Whenever we come to the market, vegetables of all seasons are available. Isn't that a marvel? It sure is. You! Glad you came. You want something good? Then show me a Pokemon level 30 or more. Oh, you! Not so good yet. After training Pokemon, come back here again. Okay, well some of my team are close to level 30, so hopefully I'll remember. The medicinal herbs imported from another region work very well, but Pokemon don't seem to like them because they taste a little bit bitter. There are medicinal herbs that make Pokemon healthy. This guy's probably going to sell them. Yeah. Sure is. Welcome. This is straight from the farm. Moo Moo milk, 1 bottle for $500. Would you like some for your trip? I will take 1 dozen. A dozen? That's 12 bottles. It sure is. Maybe that'll help me deal with Clay. Drinking my milk. My Pokemon grow up big and strong. Goods carried away from a town somewhere else arrive in Driftveil. Yeah, the world is connected. It sure is. That line hits some interesting parts of the brain right now. Anyway, is this a hotel? Of course. The Grand Hotel Driftveil, which of course is completely full, but I am free to relax. Ha-hoo! You have a Pokedex. How many Pokemon have you found? Hoo-ha! You found 70 or more. Now we're talking. This is for you. Shell Bell. Nice. Not a bad in-game item, but there's so many good in-game items, I'm not sure I'm going to find a use for it in this game. Pokemon holding a Shell Bell recovers its HP a little bit if it inflicts damage during a battle, of course. What's more important is this. Have you showed the Pokedex to a professor? Not recently. Oh well. Probably. Maybe. I guess eventually I'll go to New Bema Town and go to Professor Juniper's lab, so at the very least I'll show it to her then. Did you know this? It's from an article in Pokemon Pal. Press the L button while selecting a move during battle to display detailed information about that move. I did not remember you could do that. Battling Pokemon stronger than you gives you more experience points. I did not remember I could do that thing with the L button, but I've been playing this Pokemon for a long time now. I don't think I need it, but we'll see. Okay, no 25th floor this time. I can go to the 14th, or at the highest, the 19th. I hit B by mistake there when I meant to hit A. 14th floor it is. Nobody here. Even though the hotel is sold out, I guess they're out experiencing the city. Maybe they're at the market nearby. Fair enough. I don't know why so many people are in their hotel rooms when it's not even nighttime yet. He's trading Pokemon right after he came to a foreign place. Children have the gift to make friends. I gave the Pokemon a nickname. I also let it hold an item, so please take good care of it. Great! We can trade Pokemon using wireless communications even when we're apart. Aww. People traveling the world, making connections, bonding, and not only through battle. Can't sleep on trading Pokemon. Especially with Wi-Fi having opened the world up. We got an Axew in this hotel room. It's holding something in its mouth. A Habanberry? I knew people were just giving out useful items here, but a Habanberry? Wow. Roar to you too, Axew. That's very generous. We can live unchanged because we keep changing. I mean, Pokemon also evolve, but their natures stay the same. The Driftveil city that I remembered had a sort of dowdy, you know, shabby look. Yeah, you got hornswoggled, alright. Things change. But it's true, some of the same identity is still there under the surface, right? This is very recognizably Driftveil City, even as it has a very shiny coat of paint on it. Did I talk to this guy? I think I did. Long time ago, Team Plasma stole my Pokemon. Well, they did give it back later. I guess I didn't talk to him yet. Very convenient that X-Team Plasma is right here to return. This Crocorock here. Rocco Rock. And try to right their wrongs. I want to level up my dear Pokemon so they never have to feel the sting of defeat. This is a hotel for sure. Even though I used to look at the cold storage every day, I have already forgotten what it looked like. Man, that's relatable. I live in an area that's changed quite a bit in the last decade or so, and I do sometimes try to picture how parts of it used to look and have a bit of trouble with that. When I go back home to Toronto, though, there are parts of that city that look like they haven't changed in like 30 years. And then there are parts that are way more built up. Kind of like what that NPC says, and kind of like what Driftveil City is showing in some ways. A lot changes, but some parts very recognizable. But the cold storage is gone. That's just not here at all anymore. This guy's starting to forget what it looked like. Like I said, it's relatable. As, you know, I get older and the world changes around me, as it does always for everyone. Driftveil Luxury Suites sold out, but I can enjoy the lobby. I am grateful that you came all this way. Are you a trainer? Ooh, you have a Pokedex. It's so marvelous. I wonder if you'd please do me a favor. To be clear, I would like to see a Pokemon that knows Rest. Thank you. I don't think I have one. Sorry. Different kinds of Pokemon can learn different kinds of moves. And what floors do I get to see in the Driftveil Luxury Suites? 19 and 23. Okay. Getting to know someone creates both joy and sorrow. Puns that were funny when you first met get old when you hear them all the time. As the gym leader of Nimbasa City, Elisa has a shockingly packed schedule. That's what you get from an electrifying model. You're working on your set, you're dropping some wisdom. Classic Gen 5 Pokemon. 3 years ago, Team Plasma talked me into letting my dear Pokemon go. Ever since, I've been staying in hotels as I please. To be honest, I feel lonely, but it's a good thing not to have Pokemon who will be left behind and feel sad after I pass away. Aww. That guy's got some deep thoughts about his relationship with Pokemon. Who's to say whether he's better off, or his Pokemon are better off or not? And we got another hotel with both room styles in it, like the first one. An unexpected guest. This is a gift for such a person. An Everstone. Everybody's just giving out items. Can't imagine I have much use for that, but if I were breeding competitive Pokemon, maybe I would. No matter what my guests order, I always serve them in the same manner. That is what I learned from my father, who was a Pokemon trainer. Whoa, a Stunfisk! Look at that overworld sprite. Look at that Stunfisk. There's another ZA callback, because there's that one trainer in the Infinite ZA Royale who has a Stunfisk, and so it's hard to spot and sneak up on, because you have to find it to sneak up on it. This Stunfisk is a lot easier to spot in this style of game, but it looks so cool, doesn't it? Hey, Stunfisk, Panpour, my dear precious Pokemon, kick back and relax today. There's a certain intensity in the way that's written that, well, maybe the Pokemon will get the message. They know her better than I do. Purr. Stun! Heck yeah. Stun. Okay, I think this was the last hotel. The city is just packed with hotels, just as I said, one could question where the people live, but like maybe in the buildings that I can't go into, which is fair enough. Where the locals live, that is. When there's an item in your bag you want to switch, just press select and give it a new niche. Doesn't that jingle take you back? That was a jingle? I guess there was a music note in there. I don't know. Does it take me back? Not really. You know what? Maybe a little bit to when I was playing my first game, Silver version, and that feature was brand new. And you could go into the bag and hit a key item, and your options would be use or sell, and it was S-E-L, only one L. But still, I was like, does that mean I sell the item and I don't have it anymore if I use that? But eventually I figured it out, and I had my bike registered. I could zoom around on that thing. I mean, hey, this guy's a blue-collar worker from the cold storage, which is gone now. He's still living in this city somehow. People, not all people, but many people, find ways to get by. Can I go to the PWT right now? I don't think I can. I'm very sorry. The Pokemon World Tournament will commence shortly, but we're still preparing the area. Oh, you don't have the Driftveil City Gym badge yet? In that case, how about taking on the Pokemon Gym first? Well, that answers my question. Can't even go talk to that gate attendant yet. But we'll get there. It'll start shortly. Look at this shiny, bright-colored, lit-up gate. Play sparing no expense. Bringing the world together in Driftveil City. And of course, I haven't gone up here yet. This, I think, is the entrance to the clay tunnel. But I can't go there yet either. Construction on a shortcut to Twist Mountain has started, but it's going to take a while because digging's difficult. So the region has changed quite a bit in 2 years, but it's also changing quite a bit before our very eyes. By the end of this journey, the region will look very different from how it has before. Because this shortcut to Twist Mountain is not an insignificant thing, right? And I guess I found a Yancey spot, did not know it was there, just happened to stumble onto it. Video games is your hobby, Black 2. I see. That sounds kind of fun. Maybe I should take it up too. Oops, blah 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 blah. Is she picking up on some of the answers I gave at Passerby Analytics? Because that would be kind of a neat little integration there. I've answered some questions about my player character's thoughts and feelings, and so he's able to communicate things to Yancey and not just be a silent protagonist. That's something, I guess. And look who it is. Sir, that's the person I was talking about. Over here, this way. And it's Rude of the Seven Sages, one of the few of those, I think... Well, since Getsus is one of the Seven Sages, I think 4, including him, show up in this game. And Rude is firmly on the X-Team Plasma side of the divide. Oh, so you're interested in Team Plasma, are you? If you hear what we have to say, you might be able to understand us. My guest. If you're going to come inside, I would like to see what kind of person you are, trainer. That's right, in a Pokemon battle. Do you find this acceptable? I do. Let us begin. Pokemon Trainer Rude. The very first time battling one of the 7 Sages other than Getsus. The first time battling one of the other 6 Sages, as we never did in Black 1. Herdier. I hope it doesn't have Intimidate. It does. It has Intimidate. I'll switch. Even though I want Toronto getting experience, what can you do? Try to jump kick this, as it just sets up with workup. I guess this is the other Pokemon that can do something to Clay's Excadrill, so getting experience on a Tobico is also not bad. No need to risk a jump kick miss here. I can just go for strength. Screw that. Let's just try a return into that. Oh, it's faster. Air Cutter. Doesn't do very much damage, though. And we can follow up with Strength. I don't think Imprison is doing him any good here. Yeah, Tobico is still strong. That might be the real answer against Clay, but we'll see. That Excadrill is a problem. I have definitely had playthroughs where I lose the first battle to Clay and I have to go grind for a while. I'm just hoping this isn't one of them, but it might be. The Excadrill is pretty tough for this point in this game. I apologize for testing you. Being former members of Team Plasma, we must deal with a lot. And Hugh's here. He got away. And that is... ... your friend. He may join us. Rude is gonna try to help get Hugh's development arc going. His character arc, I should say. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Rude. You guys are all Team Plasma too, right? Tell me, what makes you different from the Team Plasma back there? More accurately, we're former members of Team Plasma. Because of the incident 2 years ago, we started taking care of the Pokemon that were separated from their trainers, as a way to atone for our misdeeds. And I guess they've been returning the ones that they can, right? Because that NPC told us they returned his, but they can't find all the trainers, presumably. Because it turns out when you run around causing all that trouble, it takes a lot of work to... It can never be fully fixed. There are some Pokemon, you know, there are going to be some trainers who died, or Pokemon that died, or trainers who can't be found. You can, when you break things that badly, you can probably never get them all the way back to where they were, but it's also going to take a lot of work to do the best they can. Probably best to be careful and not break things recklessly in the first place, but all they can do now is work on that redemption arc. I'm Hugh, from Aspertia City. 5 years ago, Team Plasma, I mean you, stole my sister's Pokemon. I'm the pathetic trainer who wasn't able to stop you. Separated? What a joke! You were the thieves who stole them! Is that so? My sincerest apologies. Just an apology? That's it? Where's my sister's Pokemon? Purloin! Where's Purloin? The Pokemon you speak of is not in this place. I imagine it is still being used by Team Plasma now. Just as you say, our apologizing doesn't solve anything, but you can't move forward unless you admit you were wrong and apologize. Enough already! Apologizing isn't going to get my sister's Pokemon back. Black 2, I'm going to the Pokemon gym. I'll get stronger and crush every single member of Team Plasma, and he's off. And there's anger versus... remorse. Kind of a powerful moment for a Pokemon game. Team Plasma made trainers like him suffer. I feel terrible about it. How foolish we were. Black 2, as you can see, I can't do anything to thank you. Actually, I have a favor to ask of you. Could you please look after this Pokemon Zorua? Sure, why not? Oh, thank you. Well, what's this? It seems you can't take any more Pokemon with you. That, of course, is N Zorua. Which he never showed. Well, I guess it appeared in that opening montage in Black 1. But yeah, he had a Zorua. Here it is. Yeah, rough scene. As Rude is right, apologizing doesn't fix anything, but it's all he can do right now. Hugh doesn't have to accept it. But Rude, you know, still exists. Yes, he's still a person in the world. He still has to live his life. And the best thing he can do is face up to the wrongs that he's done. You want more from him. Hugh certainly does, and rightly so, but Rude is doing what he can. But Hugh doesn't have to accept it right away. Rude should have been more careful about who he associated with and what he did for them in the first place. But he's doing all he can now. But it might not be enough. Tough position for everyone involved. All around. I'm waiting for my Lord N to return. He can talk to Pokemon. If he comes back, we can find out what the Pokemon here want. Swah. We're taking care of the Pokemon as trainers we can't find. I know it seems arrogant, but it's a small way to make up for what we've done. Yeah. I don't think arrogant is a word I would use for it at all. You're just doing what you can. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Just doing what you can after such a great wrong. You can't change the past, but you can't change the future. That's why I changed my outfit. I can still fit into the old one, though. Really. And so some differences of opinion here is this guy is not... Well, maybe he can't fit in the uniform. But he's not sticking with the uniform either way. Well, some of them are, I think, basically to wear their shame. And keep alive the memory of what they've done and properly face up to it. And also because these are the uniforms they wore while following N, and they still believe in his ideals. Even as Team Plasma has moved away from those, and N isn't around to promote them. Probably one of the best story things they did in this game, having the split in Team Plasma and bringing these former members here to give their perspective on things. And there are some who would want them punished, harshly. Hugh probably does at this point. We'll see how his arc plays out the rest of the way, but... I mean, you can say it's too late. These ex-Team Plasma members are doing everything they can right now. All the right things that are available to them, working hard to fix as many of their wrongs as they can. Powerful stuff. There's another grunt here. This Pokemon has become attached to me. That's why I'm treating it like a friend and not like a tool. Is that same grunt from the castle who's like, this Pokemon has become attached to me, but I don't get it. Pokemon are just tools for battle and accomplishing our goals. If this is the same grunt, and I think that is what's supposed to be implied here, look at that, character growth over 2 years for a Team Plasma grunt. These games are so good. I agree. Team Plasma is an organization created by a man named Getsis to help him take over the Unova region. The one he groomed to help him further in his nefarious aims was N. N was a strange boy who was called the child of the Pokemon. N was an orphan. I heard that right after he was born, he upset people with behavior that suggested he could talk to Pokemon. Right after he was born, wow. I always understood N as like being able to talk to Pokemon because he was raised so closely with them. There's the fan theory that N is a Pokemon himself, specifically a Zoroark disguised as a human, and we know that Zoroark can speak because there's the example in Lost Lorn Forest where one does. I'm not a big fan of that fan theory. I think it makes N less interesting than actually being a human who has a special connection with Pokemon, but it is a popular fan theory. But of course, N's origins are intentionally vague, and there are hints, and this is one of them, that he just has like a special mystical power. It's interesting, right? It would, in a way, sort of make him a kind of chosen one trope, but a chosen one who is set on the wrong path and struggles to find the right one, and needs another hero to step up and help set him on the proper course. And is still, after all these years, easily one of the most interesting characters in the whole series. Probably the most interesting. When he was living in the woods with Darmanitan and Zorua, Getsis took him in. We are also orphans Getsis took in. Our task was to take care of N. These are, of course, his sister figures who made an appearance in the castle in Black 1. There's not much more to their characters than that. But yeah, N is so mysterious and interesting even after all these years. I wonder whether he'll ever appear in the series again. We could get him in like a Legends game or something. Who knows? He's had a pretty good story either way. It's not like he needs to appear again. They're probably better off, you know, doing some better work with Lysander and that kind of thing, but anyway. Would be interesting. But of course, we still have to see him in this game, so we'll get more of his story in this very series. There are former members of Team Plasma in there. I'm worried that they might be up to no good again. Yeah, also a valid concern, right? They're working hard on their redemption arc, but what if they weren't sincere about it? I've played through this game. I know they are, but I would imagine it's hard for some people here to take at face value. Gonna heal, gonna deposit Purloin, gonna go get that Zorua, and then I think it's time for the gym. This was a quicker trip between gyms than some of them in this game. But we've seen Driftveil City radically transformed. We've faced Charles in 2 different interesting gimmick battle formats. We've met X-Team Plasma and started to see the power of their role in this story. We saw a hidden grotto for the first time, battled some performers, crossed a huge bridge, battled Team Plasma. For this fairly short trip between gyms, they packed a lot into it. And while I do like modern Pokemon games, this is the kind of thing that's missing from them, if I'm being honest. I think it's okay to evaluate modern games on their own merits, and I do have fun with them consistently still. Scarlet and Violet are some of my favorites in the series, but there really is something special about what Game Freak managed to do with the Unova games. I confess, I do see it. I was a little bit skeptical at some points. Not quite as prepared to receive some of it at the age that I was at when these games came out, but they sure hold up incredibly well now. Oh, thank you. Zorua gets a little animation there, walking up and I guess hopping into the Pokeball. That Zorua is one of the Pokemon that my Lord N relied on as a friend during his journey. Level 25 Zorua. Pokemon was apparently friends with a certain trainer. It will of course get that special N's Pokemon animation when I send it into battle. The original trainer is N. The ID number is 00002. Fascinating. I do recall that in ZA, when, spoiler for the very, very, very post-game big story development in ZA, you get the Eternal Floette, its original trainer is AZ, and the ID number is 00001. What to make of N having 00002, I don't know. In AZ's case, I figured, yeah, he would be by far the oldest trainer alive. Got that illusion ability, Fury Swipes, Faint Attack, Scary Face, Taunt, and of course, this is the very first time in the series that you can get a Zorua, or Zoroark when you evolve it, without some kind of special event distribution. Zorua is a Gen 5 Pokemon, but you can only get it in Black and White 1 with either... Well, you can only get Zorua with the event Celebi from Heart Gold Soul Silver. I did that. I have that Celebi, and I did that in my first Black playthrough. Or you can get Zoroark in Lost Lorn Forest with the event Shiny Legendary Beasts from Heart Gold Soul Silver that were a movie distribution. I think the Celebi was a movie distribution as well. This is the first time in the whole series that you can get Zorua in normal gameplay, and still not a wild encounter anywhere in the Unova region. Rude gives you ends. And of course you can breed it to get more. The very first Zorua normal gameplay in the entire series. Oh wait, Rude had more dialogue. Let me go back to the beginning. My Lord N is a wonderful person who has the power to understand the hearts of Pokemon, but still, he has much to learn about understanding the hearts of people. I hope he will develop this skill while he travels with the legendary Pokemon to atone for the trouble he caused in Unova as the King of Team Plasma. N redemption arc? We'll see. But that question is still a ways off. I'm going to swap Purloin back in. I might as well. Maybe I'll find a tree I want to cut somewhere. I can get a medal right now. The only thing that's changed is I went and got that Zorua. What medal is this? Did I happen to hit a step count threshold or something? We got Minchino and Zorua hanging out together in the box. Adorable duo, of course. And let's see. The Pure Youth Medal. What is that? Alright, I'll bite. I'm curious about that one. So many hint medals that I just don't care to follow up on. A Royal Unova medal? Wonder what that's about. I've already ridden the Royal Unova. Okay, the Pure Youth Medal. A medal for those who befriended the Pokemon of the trainer who was recognized by the legendary Pokemon. So getting one of N's Pokemon does that. And I believe some of N's other Pokemon will appear in the wild, right? Like, throughout Black and White 1, this was something that a lot of people picked up on when they played those games. N would change his team all the time and use Pokemon from the local area as if he was catching them just to battle you and then releasing them because he was King of Team Plasma. He believed in releasing Pokemon. He just would temporarily team up with them to advance his aim of getting everyone to release Pokemon, but then he would release them as he went. And he uses his old friend full power team against you in the final battle. Some people like the idea that N is basically just calling wild Pokemon from the area to come and help him, like he's not even really catching them. The game doesn't make it look that way, but it's a nice headcanon. And so, of course, he did release some of those Pokemon along the way, and so you can encounter them on those routes in this game. Out in the wild, you can go find N's Clink or N's Sigilif or something. I don't know if you have to do... I don't remember whether you have to do memory link stuff to make them actually appear. Maybe at least sometimes you do. But it might be that they just start appearing now after you get the Zoro. I'm not sure. Anyway, all that's left is the gym. Hugh's standing outside it. Challenging the gym, huh? Nice. Keep getting stronger. Let me tell you, though, Clay's tough. Even if all you have to use against ground types is water type Pokemon, you might still be in for a rough fight. And now, sadly, with all the updates to the gyms in this generation, and with all the transformation that Driftveil City has experienced, sadly, this is the gym I like least in Black and White 2. We had a couple of great ones in Castelia City and Nimbasa City. I just don't like this gym puzzle. I just brute force it every time, going to the right whenever possible. I'm going to do that now. And normally I battle all the gym trainers, but I do not hunt down all the gym trainers in this puzzle. I cannot be bothered. I just don't care to spend that much time on it. As soon as I find the path to Clay, that's it. The music is nice. As usual, they nailed that, but I would rather have seen the old gym puzzle again than this update. But enough complaining. Let's battle some gym trainers. My Pokemon dig because they believe they're going to find something, and they battle because they believe they're going to win. A ball toy? Okay. This gym was not using those last game, 2 years ago, because of course that's a Gen 3 Pokemon, not Gen 5. But it's not all Sandile, Drillbur, and Palpitoad in here anymore. So that's nice. Toronto is close to evolving. Or, not evolving, leveling up. Clay is awesome. He can just tell if minerals will be there. Got it? Another way to say it is that Clay will be wherever there are oodles of ores. It's a fun way to say it. We just go to the right here. I don't know what the right path is. I've never cared to learn. Look, I can use an elevator and get a vantage point, but I don't care. That one doesn't really tell me anything useful anyway. The one you meet when you get on this conveyor belt is none other than me. I guess the aesthetic of this gym is not bad, but then it was already pretty good in Black and White 1 with that giant door that opens when you go down the last elevator. And the ores being extracted right behind Clay. The aesthetic was already pretty good. It's still pretty good here, but I just don't enjoy the puzzle, unfortunately. I do think it's the one dud gym in this game. I also like Skyla's a little bit less than Black and White 1 because I miss being fired out of a cannon. The strong wind gimmick is okay, but it doesn't quite hit the same. But this is the only gym puzzle in this game that I dislike. I'm going to drop Focus Energy for revenge. I've never been clicking Focus Energy anyway. Feint Attack. Might as well. It's coverage, I guess. I'll drop Embargo. I'm never clicking that. Scarborough now has a dark type attack. It's physical, unfortunately. There's Razor Shell through this ball toy. Goodbye. The Sandile is Intimidate, but I don't think that's going to matter. Razor Shell having only 10 PP, already down to 6. I do think I'll have to go heal before Clay just for that, but that's okay. The gym trainers here are no problem at all. It's just Clay's Excadrill that I'm a little worried about. Have you used the elevator? If you can get on the elevator, you can figure out where you haven't been, right? Because yeah, if Toronto and Etobicoke are not up to the task of beating the Excadrill, I don't think anything else on my team can really do anything significant to it. Maybe like an Air Cutter crit could do something. It's resisted, but it's special, and it would be a crit in this hypothetical. That drill in the background is a nice touch. I have a riddle for you. Do you know what is distant but close? Like I said, the aesthetic of the gym's not bad. The gym is also so big and open now, which kind of fits with Clay expanding his underground tunneling and getting way richer than he already was, and throwing money around. The big open gym, even as it also kind of mimics a dark cave, makes a lot of sense. Again, no problem at all with the aesthetic. But I hadn't thought of that angle to it, actually. That is one change. Oh, Psyshock instead of Psybeam. So soon after Feint Attack? Nice. I am dropping Psybeam for Psyshock. Maybe I should have kept both. Oh well. That is one layer to it that I hadn't thought of before, that it is kind of fitting that Clay made his gym more big and open instead of the tighter tunnel design from the earlier games. It does kind of fit with what's happened with his character and whatnot, and the environment around him, his life. I'm talking about Clay, who's near here but is rather reserved. Sorry, I think you were expecting something more interesting. Something distant but close. I see. He's physically close, but he's emotionally distant. Alright. Or like, the way he carries himself is kind of distant, you know. I think this is actually very close to the end. I don't think I have any more gym trainers to battle. I think it's just those 3. This will take me to Clay, I think. It's a little bit awkward. I do want to go back and heal. Let's go do that. I think I could have realized a few platforms. Well, I did realize a few platforms ago, but I wasn't 100% sure. I could have saved a little bit of hopping around there. It's fine. Like I said, I cannot be bothered to go and find the rest of the gym trainers. I do think there are more. I don't know how many. I don't care. We found the gym leader. That's enough. This way, right? Yeah. Then I must have come from over here. Yeah, okay, perfect. The music is nice, but that's practically a given in this game's gyms. I do like that they did so many different twists on the standard gym music. It is actually a really nice touch. Once again, it's hard for anything to measure up to Castilia and Nimbasa, but this is still solid. But for that one thing, which is the puzzle itself, this is another really good gym, but with the puzzle. I guess something had to be my least favorite in this game, unless I were to say it's an 8-way tie or something. And it's just the puzzle that I don't enjoy very much that makes this the one. But now we just go through the motions one more time. And it's time to battle Clay, and we'll see if my team can handle the Excadrill. I'm really not sure what's going to happen. We'll find out together. don't think I need to do this one. No, I was right. Thought I checked anyway. We're in the home stretch now. Lots of nice little details here. Some water, the ventilation, the animation on the conveyor belt. I've complained plenty about the puzzle. The gym gets so much else right, as they do so often in this game. And it's time to battle Clay on his golden platform here. Harumph! Unlike in Black and White 1, Clay has not had a presence in the story so far up before this point. This is this player character's first meeting with him. And of course, right away, he opens with, Harumph! Kept me waiting, did ya, kid? Alright, time to see what you can do. There we go. Rocko Rock, of course. If this has Intimidate, I will think about switching. Actually, I can probably still just Razor Shell this. He doesn't have Palpitoad in this game, right? He has Sand Slash. Sand Slash is kind of physically bulky. Let's actually switch. I can sack Purloin. Because why not? It's not even really part of the team. Okay, now I got Duat back without the Intimidate drop. I'm a little under-leveled, huh? This is not even his ace, and it's over level 30, and none of my team is. That crunch is going to hurt, actually. It does, but it does a little bit less than half. And Krokorok is wiped out by the Razor Shell. That's overall a pretty good start, I think. Sand Slash comes in next. Can I wipe that out with the Razor Shell too? Sand Slash, again, kind of physically bulky. It is also faster than Toronto. The first hit of rollout is fine. The second hit's probably fine too. I just need to land my Razor Shells. Otherwise, that rollout will snowball. Okay, it actually misses the second one, which is even better. So far, so good, but I expected this part to be easy. It's just the Excadrill that's a question mark. Toronto level 29, still none of my team at level 30, and here's the Excadrill at level 33. Opens with a Slash, KOs. Maybe I should have switched and used an item. Oh well. Maybe I have a Revive. I don't remember whether I have a Revive or not. I don't think I can dig in front of this. I don't remember whether Bulldoze... All this Pokemon know Bulldoze. It's his TM. I don't remember whether it hits through Dig, but I think it might. In any case, Jump Kick is fine here. I think it's even a little stronger. Is it 100 base power? Don't remember. Bulldoze. Okay, I actually think I want to play around the speed drop, so I'm actually going to switch here. I'll go East York. If he goes for another Bulldoze, maybe I can go for an Air Cutter and chip this into range of the next not low kick, Jump Kick. But he goes for Slash here. Smart play. We do survive. Not going to be faster, so a quick attack here. I think there's a real chance that chip could make the difference, especially if it crits, which it does. Oh, he has a berry. Oh no. There's a berry. And now another Jump Kick is going to put him in the range where he wants to use some kind of potion, isn't it? Well, maybe it'll crit. I think it's better to go for it than to play scared. No crit. Another Bulldoze. We survive on 1. I'm going to switch here, and I think he will use some kind of potion. I'll go York. There's a Hyper Potion. Jump Kick is not a 2-hit KO, right? Maybe it's a roll, but based on what we've seen, it's not a 2-hit KO. I think I will need a crit, but I'll play for it. Let's give some milk to Etobicoke, get healthy. York drops to a Bulldoze. Jump Kick. That's not enough damage. I'm going to switch again to get rid of the speed drop. And then I think I just need a crit, and it's as simple as that. Follows up with Rock Slide. Does it KO? No. I can revive someone here. Or I can heal a Tobacco, and then I think a Tobacco takes little enough from the Bulldoze that I can outspeed, jump kick, take a Bulldoze, jump kick. Take another Bulldoze along the way. I think I take enough Bulldozes. I want to get to full. That's exactly 40 points. So Moo Moo Milk is overkill. The fresh water from the guide does enough. I need a Tobacco to land a jump kick, tank 2 Bulldozes, and land another jump kick. That's the line. And the first one. The other line was the first one crits, and that would have been safer. That Bulldoze does too much damage. I'm gonna use a Moo Moo Milk. I think he got a good roll there. I just need him to not get that again, considering judging by the past Bulldoze damage. It's the same roll again. Burning through those dozen milks. Let's grow up big and strong here, Tobacco. He goes for slash this time. It doesn't crit, so it doesn't do enough damage. We should take another, as long as this one doesn't crit. It does have the boosted crit rate. It doesn't crit. We land the jump kick. And it was close, and I had to do some item cheese. I've had many a playthrough in this game. Well, I don't know how many playthroughs I've had total. I've had some playthroughs in this game where I lose the first battle to Clay, and then I go grind for a while. It took a bit of luck and some item cheese, but we won the first one this time. Phew, you're really something. Little whippersnapper trainers who pack a real punch keep showing up one after another. Here, take this. It's the Quake badge. The Tobacco clutches up against the gym leader once again. Whatever I think about Lopunny as a Pokemon, been a powerhouse in the middle of this game. Is this your 5th badge, huh? If that's so, Pokemon up to level 60 will obey ya. Here, take this too. Bulldoze TM. Nice. Well, I suppose, come this way. And somehow, with all that money, he set up his tech so that he can do this. And this is just a direct elevator out of the gym. What kind of path that takes? That's like some great glass elevator stuff right there. I don't know. Good dancers are crucial for putting on a good show. Now, I would go show my Lopunny to that guy in the market who wants to see a level 30 Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure some story stuff will happen immediately as soon as I step out of the gym, so I'm going to play it safe and save right now. Hopefully I will remember to go to that guy next time. I'll try to write it down or something. I'm going to check whether the Bulldoze TM is useful for any of my team, or wrap this one up. Nope, none of them can learn it. All that said, this was a relatively quick little episode here. There's so much going on in this game. I think there are definitely some longer ones coming up. And even still, quite a bit happened here. It was just compressed into a relatively short bit of travel. Still a pretty solid episode. No duds in this game. There's always a lot to see and explore. And there's going to be a bunch more next time, so come right back for that.